Hello guys, this is Dr. Dheeraj Masapu. I'm a consultant anesthesiologist, and so today I would like to react to a statement which is given by the Infosys Narayan Murthy. So I would just like to play the
India's work productivity is one of the lowest in the world. My request is that our youngsters must say, this is my country. I want to work 70 hours a week. This is exactly what Germans and Japanese did after the Second World War.
Yes.
The German leader, he sat down with the German leaders, corporate leaders, and he said, we have to rebuild, and that's your job. We need to work very hard. We need to be disciplined and improve our work.
So basically what he's trying to say is we have to improve our work productivity, and you have to work for more hours. The number that he has given is 70 hours. So in this video I'm going to tell you, so as a doctor, what kind of stress it is going to put on your body. There is no doubt if you work for more hours, the productivity will increase and your the career graph will be better. And evidence given by World Health Organization, what it says is they have done a study, and what they found is if you work more than 55 hours in a week, there is 35% higher risk of stroke. Okay, stroke is like brain stroke. And then 17% higher risk of dying with ischemic heart disease. Ischemic heart disease is nothing but your heart attack, even by American Heart Association. So this is latest article which has come in American Heart Association, and what they are saying is they have gone more detail into this. And so more than the number of hours, what they try to tell is they have understood, there more layers of understanding is required to understand if the concept of work stress. So the number one thing that they given, I made a PPT, I'll try to show you here. So mechanisms underlying relationship between work stress and coronary heart disease. Okay, coronary heart disease means heart attack. So if the work stress increases, okay, and then your body's coagulation will get affected. So the clotting mechanism will get affected. There will be a certain amount of inflammation in your body, and along with that, if smoking and alcohol and binge eating are there, which according to them will develop, it seems, and there will be other endocrine or autonomic nervous system dysfunctions which also can happen. All this together will lead to endothelial dysfunction, that is the blood vessels, the inner layer of the blood vessel is called as endothelium, that can get affected, and there is a risk of stroke in the brain or heart. So there is a mechanism behind it. So in this particular journal, what they found is, this is the worldwide stats. I'll try to show you. So you can see here, in American countries, the job strain to coronary heart disease, the relative risk is 1.45. That means 45% higher risk of coronary heart disease with job strain in this particular country. Like, there are so many studies out there. So you can see every part of the world has generated one study. Maybe other than India, I think India, the number of studies which come out are slightly lesser. Most of the studies come from Europe and USA. So like many studies are there. So there are some studies where they found that the effort reward imbalance, that is like the kind of effort you put, and if you don't get the reward, that's called effort reward imbalance. That is actually causing more problem. 4.53, that is like 4 times, like 400% higher risk of developing heart disease. So this is a kind of statistics that you need to know to understand what kind of impact that stress will have on your cardiac dysfunction. Okay, so this is a most important thing. So till here you would be knowing all these things. From here, what I'm going to tell you might or might not know. So what they have done in this particular study is they have actually divided the job strain into 4 quadrants. Okay, if you have a decision latitude, that means if you have a decision making capacity in your organization or in your team, then along with that, if you have low job demands, see, so it's like the job demand is less and you have a decision making capacity for that, then you don't have a job stress. The opposite of that, you don't have a decision making capacity and your job stress is high, then that is the worst situation that you can be in. Okay, but most of us will be in a situation where you have some amount of decision making capacity and job demands are higher. So that is called as an active person. So according to this particular study, that is actually better than being in the situation where high job strain is there. That is no decision making capacity, high stress, high demand. Okay, so that actually puts you in a job strain. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is, you try to be in a situation where job demand is more, but at the same time you have a decision making capacity that keeps you in a stage of active phase, and you can see in this particular stage you will be there, and that is actually better compared to not having that. And also the second thing is the effort reward imbalance. You can see in this particular pyramid, if you are putting efforts, if you get reward like salary, esteem and promotions, then those kind of people actually had lesser risk of coronary heart disease than people who have put their efforts and not gotten anything. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell is, it's not the number of hours that you need to see. It is not 70 hours or 90 hours or 40 hours. A person who is actually putting 40-50 hours also, if he doesn't have a decision making capacity, or if he doesn't have a kind of reward for what effort he's putting, he is in more stressful situation than people who are putting in 80-90 hours, who have the decision making capacity, who also getting their reward. Okay, so those kind of people are actually having less coronary artery disease than people who are in the lower working hours. You need to understand this concept. The whole video, the purpose is to explain you this concept, and this is a proven thing. It's not my concept. It's proven by American Heart Association, and they're giving you this information. Along with that, one more thing I would like to tell you: your organizational justice. For example, the hospital in which you are working in, or the corporate which you are working in, there can be three different patterns of justice. Justice means how they operate. Distributive justice is the system where they favor people who are giving outcomes. Okay, and interactional justice is where they try to keep everything fair. Okay, they try to keep everyone is almost the same. And procedural justice is the procedural justice is where they actually in the more than favoring people who are giving outcomes, they try to explain everything to you. They try to justify why they're actually not favoring you and all that. So among all these things, what I'm trying to tell is, most of the places where you work will have a distributive justice. They are going to give favor people who are giving outcomes. So in that kind of situation, what this particular study found is, if people who are actually giving outcomes are having less coronary artery disease than people who are not giving outcomes, because people who are giving outcomes are actually being appreciated by the system, and also the organization is giving a lot of importance to them, so they are actually having less coronary artery disease. So that is a very important thing that I need to understand. So bottom line, three important things I need to have. You should have autonomy, that is the decision making capacity. You should also have an effort reward balance. That means you should get reward for the effort you are putting in, and also your organization, if you are giving outcomes, your organization will automatically respect you, and the risk of heart disease will come down. So these are the aspects that you need to take care than actually worrying about the number of hours. It doesn't matter whether it's 60, 70, 80, 90 hours you're working. You need to get into deeper understanding of the work stress, and these are the things that you need to do. Okay, so what I do personally also, I would like to tell you. So basically, all this is theory. Practically what happens is, when you put effort, immediately you won't get the result. Okay, there is a lag period for that. 3 to 5 years lag period is there. For example, today if you start working very hard, okay, immediately within 1 to 2 years you will not get. For 1 to 3 years you will be in a phase where the rewards will be very less. So that is a period you will be in stress. After 4 to 5 years you will get a very good reward. My guarantee is there. So that is how most of the organizations run. And once you reach that phase, the coronary artery disease risk will decrease. So that is thing you need to understand. It is more like a Chinese bamboo story. If you really want, you have patience, I'll tell you. And Chinese bamboo is more like a regular bamboo tree. If you plant, it will take only few months to come out. Okay, Chinese bamboo will take 5 to 6 years to come out. So 5 to 6 years you have to actually maintain the soil fertility, put water, and sunlight should be falling there, and all that you have to maintain. And then you, till 5 years, you'll not really know whether it is going to come out or the seed has died inside or not. But at the end, if it comes out, it will grow very fast. It will grow 10 times to 15 times more than the regular bamboo size, and also the value, it has a medicinal value. It has, the cost is 100 to 500 times more than the regular bamboo. So that is how the system works. If you put in the hard work, then it will take some lag period. If you get the result, then after that the story will be very nice to tell. Okay, so that is I'm not saying that what Narayan Murthy sir said is wrong. What he's trying to tell you is a number. So more than number, maybe he can see this particular video and tell people more deeper way of understanding of work stress. Okay, so what he's telling is correct. if you work hard, India will surely grow. But in my perspective, what you need to say is you have to say about you need to factor about yourself, how you are growing in a particular growing India. That is more important than India growing. Okay, so for you to grow in that particular growth story, then you have to do these things. Okay, that is more important, because just because India is growing doesn't mean that you are also growing along with that. Okay, there are many poor people in America also. America is a very developed country. So what is important is what is your position in the growth story. So for that you need to understand that you have to work hard. At the same time, try to be in these phases of what I explained, and you will be surely successful. Okay, thank you very much. And as usual, Dr. Dheeraj Masapu logging off. Roger that. He'll come with more valuable content like this, which will surely evoke a thought process in you, and maybe we'll all become successful together. Thank you very much.